What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back. Today I think I'm going to do something a little different. When I was younger, I had a really great imagination. I remember always setting up my figures, having these epic battles, always strategizing, planning out their next moves. And when it was too cold to go outside, I used to mess up my bed and take my blankets and create like a mountainous terrain, losing hours to my imagination and just having fun. I always want to create my own unique team. And as an adult, I was actually able to make that finally happen. Being a bit of a history nut, I really was fascinated with the samurai. I've always loved to draw, so I came up with this drawing. This drawing is heavily influenced by the mask the samurai used to wear, called mempos. And when the samurai used to wear these into battle, they had multiple advantages. 1, protection of course, anonymity, and 3, most importantly, to scare the crap out of their enemy. Can you just imagine for a moment a samurai fully geared up with this mask on a horse, charging at you? Nah, no thanks. With this drawing, the conception of the Ronin company was born. I started with this first figure, Oishi Shikara, right here. I still wanted to come up with a mempo mask or helmet for my team. I was gonna cast my own, but with sheer luck, the stars, moon, and planets aligned, and Joy Toy came out with their own Skeleton Forces Grim Reaper set. They included helmets that caught my eye. Now, these masks right here are exactly what I was looking for. If that doesn't scream mempo mask to you, I'm not sure what will. Alright, enough of the history lesson. Let's get on to the figures. Alright, the first figure we're going to take a look at is the leader, codename Top, but the team actually calls him Boss Man sometimes. As you can see, this is a Marauders Task Force figure. With the exception of his head, this is actually a Boss Fight Studios head, and I painted that up. Let me spin him around. You can see he's wearing the tactical vest. He's got the black top and the green pants. Let me take the red beret off so you can see the paint job I did on his eyes and his mustache. I also went ahead and gave him a couple of tattoos. We'll take a look at his left forearm. You can see the American flag, proudly represented right there. And if we come on this side, let me straighten his arm out so we can get a better look. Here he has a Ronin company tattoo on his right forearm. Name's ARGYL! Pull up a chair, laddies. Let me tell you a little something about my team. Oh, Top Ye! Man's a genius. I swear he can read the enemy's minds. Well, thanks for that input, ARGYL. So let me give you a bio. He's a military field tactician, thinker, strategist. He's a grizzled vet. And let me see if we can't get the helmet put on him. It's a little snug, but it fits on there perfectly. There we go. The man's been through hell and back. He's the kind of guy that you want with you in a foxhole for sure. Let's look at his weapons next. Bring him in close and we'll get a look at this rifle. I did my homework on this, guys. He's carrying the SOCOM assault rifle with a mag. Also has a EO-T optic sight. Optional PEQ B3 sight. On this side you can see the large front grip and tactical flashlight. Also a silencer or suppressor on the front. Absolutely beautiful gun from Marauders Task Force. His sidearm is the Desert Eagle. Get this in nice and focused for you. Powerful handgun. Let me put this back. So this is Top, the first member of the team. Next up is my heavy weapons expert, codename ARGYL, and he'll be helping us through this whole video. This full-blooded Irishman is a former Army soldier of the Ireland Defence Forces, and he's a complete custom from head to toe. He carries the steady cam gun, and he has the belt-fed ammo that feeds around to the backpack. I'll spin it around so you can get a look at that. And I'll bring him in nice and close so we can get a better look at him. I've had this head in my bin for quite some time, and I really love the sculpt. The ginger hair and ginger beard. This is the Bazooka 25th anniversary upper body, painted black. You can see he's wearing his kilt. That's soft goods that I made. Coming down to his legs, these are the Quinn legs from the Retaliation line. And I painted the boots brown. Put a little wash on those too. He's wearing a brown weathered vest. And on his left forearm, he's proudly displaying his nation's flag, the Irish flag. And if I get his hand off the gun here, you can see he's wearing the Ronin faction tattoo on this arm. I really like how this figure came out. And little bio, he's an Irish bruiser who is absolutely proud of his heritage, and he proudly wears his kilt and will fight anybody that comments on it.
Are you daft, man? Of course real men wear kilts. It's like Superman's cape. If you tug on it, I'll put my boot in your arse.
Alright, ARGYL, easy with the language. Even though it says 13 and over at the front of the video, there's kids that still watch this. Alright, let's finish talking about ARGYL. And as you can see, he's got his own helmet. And again, this helmet will not fit on that bearded head, so I have a clear, blank Boss Fight Studios head. And I'll pop ARGYL's head off. And we'll put the blank on so I can show you what he looks like with his helmet on. And the helmet slips over this head nice and easily. And here we have our Irish bruiser, ARGYL, heavy weapons expert. And I'll get his gun in his hand so he'll knock anybody down that gets in his way. Next up is Oishi Shikara, my master assassin. His codename is Ghost.
Oh, cheeky! He loves it when I call him that. Not really. The man, he's a master assassin. He sneak up on you nice and quiet like. He's like a ghost.
He's not wrong. He's the master assassin of the team, and he's expert in Kali and swordsmanship, samurai silent attacker, and he uses hand-to-hand combat, as needed of course. He's a bowmaster and a silenced weapon expert. He's also proficient in small arms, but prefers not to use modern-day firearms. Now, he was my first custom figure for the team that I made a while ago, like I said earlier on. And let's take a nice close look at him. First thing you can notice is his ancestral samurai sword here on the side. That obviously comes out and gets resheathed right there. Now looking at his upper body, that's the 50th anniversary Snake Eyes. Marauders Task Force lower legs. Coming down to his left arm, you can see this is a Marauders Task Force armored arm, and I put on the Ronin faction on that armor right there. And if we flip around to the back, he's absolutely loaded to the gills with silent weapons. And you can see the kukri knife on the side of his backpack. He has some removable arrows. He has 2 throwing hatchets right here. And on this side he has a compound bow. Now all the stuff is completely removable. And I wanted to do him all in black with just a little splash of red here and there for the Ronin team. Now this is the actual Budo head from the Retaliation line. And it doesn't get any more samurai than that. Now this figure I had already built in my head before I even had the parts. And I think he came together real nicely. Let's look at his helmet as well. And just like ARGYL, I had to use a Boss Fight Studios blank. I popped that in there. And because Budo has a top knot, the helmet wouldn't fit on there. So let's take the helmet, pop Budo's head off. And, oh, I forgot to mention this red scarf right here. Let's pop the helmet on. And here we have our silent attacker, our master assassin, in codename, which is absolutely fitting, Ghost. And just like his ancestors, I'd say he'd scare the crap out of any of the enemy he sees. Next member of our Ronin Company 9-member team is our sniper, codename NERF.
Oh, NERF! Let me tell you a little story about NERF. One time I saw him take down 2 moving enemy with 1 shot. The man's a real shooter. He never misses.
Now don't let the name fool you. He's a former military sniper, top of his class with high honors. And looking at his head is a dusty G.I. Joe head that I painted a mustache on. His green boonie hat is removable and he's got a pair of binoculars on his chest. He has his high-powered rifle munitions on his web gear. His body construction is the Dollar General upper body. His lower legs are some Marauders Task Force legs. You can see on this leg there's a couple of pouches right here. If we flip him around to the back, we'll see what he's carrying with him. And as you can see, he's got the M200 sniper rifle. It's painted light tan with gunmetal. It has a bipod, a silencer, and a scope. Now, this gun is absolutely beautiful, and I'm glad I got my hands on it way back when Marauders were selling it. Over here, he's got a knuckle knife. Let's see what his pistol looks like. I can get my fat fingers to get it out of here. And he's carrying the M1 911 pistol. Absolutely beautiful looking pistol. And right here on his belt is a silencer, because being a sniper, you got to be all quiet like. Now, NERF is in fashion with one of the Ronin Company masks because he's generally far away, up hidden. You can't see him, but you know he's there. Next, let's take a look at the team's explosives and demolition expert, codename Switch.
The man doesn't talk too much. He kinda keeps to himself. He lets his bombs speak for him.
He's certainly not wrong. He's a man of very few words. And right off the bat, you can see he's got a pair of black wireframe glasses with real lenses in them, and I thought it was kind of interesting to give the bomb expert a set of glasses so he doesn't have perfect eyesight. And I made these especially for him. And as you can see, they are removable. So let's get these right out of the way before we do lose them. Now, it does have an earlier Marauders Task Force head. He's wearing the nice red scarf. That's also from Marauders Task Force. Looking at his jacket, I made this soft goods jacket for him. And he's carrying the MGL, or multi-shot grenade launcher. This is also from Marauders Task Force. Just look at the detail on this thing. Let me lift this up so we can see what he's got going on under the jacket. And you can see his upper body is a Marauders Task Force black shirt. He's got the green Marauders Task Force lower legs. And slung over his shoulder, get his arm out of the way so you can see, is a satchel right here. We don't know what kind of goodies could be in that. Gotta be explosives, of course, with his detonator right there. And if you look at his belt, he's got a couple of flashbangs, 2 removable baseball grenades. And if we look around to the side here, he's also carrying a Desert Eagle, just like the leader of the team. And let's not forget what's hidden back here. He has a couple of C4 bombs strapped to his backside. Now, Switch here is absolutely surgical with his bombs. He's a perfectionist. Let's look at his helmet. Now, this helmet fits on his head with 0 problems. And now his identity is hidden, just like his teammates. He also comes with his briefcase. This is all black. Got a great hinge on the backside. And let's see what's inside here. And as expected, enough C4 in here that could start his own one-man war. And of course, every team needs a gun expert, so this mountain of a man's codename is Hammer.
Hammer! The man's a genius too. When him and little Darwin get together, they can build just about anything.
This full-blooded Samoan is proficient in all firearms. He can basically pick up a gun anywhere in the world, out of the dirt, tear it down, clean it, and utilize it. Let's take a look at his head sculpt first with his removable red beret. Now this head sculpt matches the skin tone of his body perfectly. Absolutely stern look on his face. Now this is the roadblock body, and this is actually two different roadblock bodies from Retaliation, with the black legs from one body and the upper body from a different roadblock. And I actually had to paint the waist black to match the pants. If I spin him around to the back, let's see what he's carrying. He's got a Vector machine gun right here, which is removable. He's also got a small knife for close combat. We spin him back around to this side. We'll take a look at his Desert Eagle. Now this particular gun fits in this figure's large hands perfectly. Now when we spin him around to the front, we'll take a look at his weapon of choice, and he prefers this shotgun over the Vector, and this is the AA-12 automatic shotgun with drum. Absolutely beautiful gun with the desert paint on it. He's wearing a tactical vest, and you can see he's carrying two baseball grenades that are removable. Down on his belt, he's got some shotgun shells for that shotgun, of course. And don't let the musclehead stereotype fool you. Like ARGYL said, this guy's an absolute genius. And he, of course, has his own helmet, which, believe it or not, slips over this large head real easily. And I don't know about you, but if I saw this guy in a dark alley, I might run the other way. The last thing I wanted to point out is he also has a tattoo on his left inner forearm, and of course that's the Ronin Company tattoo right there. So I think that came out really nicely. So this is the team's genius gun expert, Hammer. Next is the team medic, codename Cyber, but sometimes the team calls him Rust Bucket.
Rust Bucket? What a mechanical marvel, the damn thing! Not much of a personality, but I tell you what, he'll stitch you up right quick.
Now Cyber's from the World of Order toy line, and I actually did a video on him some time ago, so please feel free to check that out. Let's take a look at his details once again though. Absolutely amazing detail on this figure. Looking at his vest, you can see the red cross symbol, and his internal heads-up display system can do on-the-spot X-ray analyses as needed. He has a mechanical arm, with some fantastic detail on that. Some green and red buttons on his shoulder. Of course, he has a removable backpack, and on the backpack he has a pair of defibrillators, so he can defib the team in the field if needed. If I turn him around to this side, you can see he has another mechanical arm with a different patch on his shoulder, and he's carrying some advanced life support equipment right here in his briefcase. And we'll bring him around to the front. Let me take out this futuristic medical injection gun out of his hand. And one thing about Cyber here is he actually has futuristic X-ray holographic capabilities. And with all this futuristic medical capabilities, he's actually able to do surgery in the field as needed. And you can basically save your life right there on the spot. Now Cyber here is one of the many inventions from the team technician and inventor DARWIN created. Next is the team pilot and driver, codename Pegasus.
That lass has ice in her veins, I tell you. One time we were knee deep in a firefight. She brought that alien low and quick, got us all out. She saved the whole damn team.
Now Pegasus is a former Harrier jump jet pilot. She's mechanically inclined, and she can repair just about any form of servo, hydraulic, or motorized modes of transportation. She can drive and fly anything. And she comes with this red pilot's helmet with a microphone on it. I'll get this out of the way. And from head to toe, she's a complete Marauders Task Force Valkyrie figure. And I still want to do some updates to her, but let's take a look at her anyways. She has a removable black baseball cap, long blonde braided hair. Down on her lower left leg, she has a removable knife. Fantastic knife from Marauders Task Force. Let's take a look at her sidearm, and she does have some smaller hands, so she's carrying the Bravo automatic pistol, and this fits in her hands perfectly. Let's take a closer look at this gun in case you haven't seen it before. And absolutely beautiful detail on this gun, and this is from Marauders as well, and they are the master of the 1/18 scale weapons for your figures. There you go, Marauders, a nice free plug for you. Now Pegasus also has the team tattoo on her right bicep, and you can see it's half hidden by her rolled up sleeve, or short sleeve. And according to the team, she definitely does have ice in her veins. Her motto is, no landing pad, no runway, no problem. She'll get you there and back. Enough said. And last, but certainly not least, is the team technician and inventor, and youngest team member, codename Darwin.
Little Darwin! The puppets are genius! Her mind's on a different level. I don't know how she does it.
She's multilingual, she's a computer tech and can get in and out of any system she wants. Of course, she's the inventor and she pilots the mechs here and all the other inventions that she makes. And she has a sidekick right here, some Marauders Task Force German Shepherd named Aster. Let's look at Darwin nice and close. Get this into focus. There we go. Starting with the head, this is a Star Wars Solo movie head. You can see she's wearing a baseball cap that is removable. Now looking at her entire body, this is from the G.I. Joe 50th anniversary. And what I did is I went ahead and gave it a little bit of green wash. And this adds some depth and a little bit of dirt to it. Now Darwin can actually navigate nanotechnology. Let's see what kind of gear she has. I gave her the G.I. Joe backpack here, and I believe that's from the Lieutenant Falcon figure. And I'm thinking about putting a faction logo on the back of the backpack. This is removable, of course. We'll take a look at her iPad right here, and this has some technical readouts on the front of it. Let's see what else she's carrying. So if I lift her arm up here, we'll slip the satchel off and we'll take the hat off as well. Funny story that NASA wanted to recruit her, but she said that they were too outdated, and I want to show you that she actually fits in the mech. So let's see what's in her satchel here. You can't be a computer expert or technician without a computer, so here's a laptop. And see if I can't get this opened up. Got some technical readouts here, and you can actually see the keyboard. And this is one of the tools that she uses to get in and out of any type of system she wants to. And let me straighten her up a little bit. And next we're going to take a look at her sidekick, Aster, right here. And Darwin raised him from a pup. He's a full-blooded German Shepherd. He's fully articulated. All the limbs move. And he's got a radio backpack, an armored bodysuit for protection, and wherever Darwin goes, Aster's not too far behind. This is just one of the many mechs that Darwin created and actually pilots. She calls this one Steel Knight. This thing is absolutely amazing. And you can see the red fits in with the team. Let's take a look at its accessories. We'll start with the sword here, if I can get it out of his hand, and this is actually held in with these two small pegs. This thing is devastating. Incredible amount of detail, gunmetal with the silver blade. That'll get the job done. It also comes with this overpowered rifle. Amazing detail on this. The gunmetal gray and red. A little bit of black wash on it. The mech itself is amazing. This thing is completely articulated. Of course, the arms and legs move everywhere. Every limb on this thing is articulated. Let's do a 360 here, and I'll show you the side view, and you can see the two jet packs, so she can jet off and help out the team as needed. The back is full of detail. You see all the mechanics back here. Nice and chunky and fully armored. And let me get around to the front here, and I'll actually show you that she fits in here. And she is in there piloting this thing. She takes full advantage of being a pie and backing up the team. So she's not behind that computer all the time. She's actually out there in the firefight doing what she can do. I want to show you the invention that Darwin and Hammer created for the team. We call this Warthog 1. And you can see that top fits in the driver's seat, no problem at all. It has the Ronin emblem on the windshield right here. So what I did is I purchased one of those Warthogs from the current Halo line and I painted it all black. You can see that the hubs are painted black because they were once green. The body of the vehicle is a nice matte finish. The undercarriage is gloss black, so I really like the two-tone. If you look at the Gatling gun up here, I got rid of that cheesy Gatling gun and built this one. As you can see, it spins. It actually goes up and down, and it does rotate left and right, but it sticks a little bit because the original wasn't loose. If I spin it around to the front, we can take a look at this mean bad boy, and you can kind of see the gloss black in the undercarriage here. And I did leave a little bit of green highlights here and there for contrast. This is just one of the many modes of transportation for the Ronin company, and I absolutely love how it's chunky and armored and very futuristic looking. I do have a whole host of other mechs and vehicles that I created for the team, but we're going to save those for another video. Well, that's going to conclude this video of my custom-made Ronin company. I hope you guys enjoyed the video just as much as I enjoyed creating these characters. I have a question for my viewers. What do you collect? And what do you do with your collection? I'd really love to know. And as always, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, join the community and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to help a fellow collector out and share your knowledge.